Hi, kids. Welcome to Bear Time Adventures. My name is Charles Wallace. You can call me Charles. You can call me Mr. Wallace. Or, if you want, like my own kids call me, you can call me Bear. Do you all like stories? I hope that you like stories. Let me see. If you like stories, raise your hand. Okay. Wow. A lot of you like stories. Well, I'm really glad of that because today I'm here to tell you an exciting story about one of my characters, the superhero Zoom. And also today, this is part two of a story that I told last week. So if you haven't seen part one, you may want to go back and watch that first on the Bear Time Adventures channel. And if you have, well, then get ready because here comes part two. Last time, Zoom, along with Professor Seamus and the zookeeper Lila, they managed to round up most of the escaped animals. But something strange was going on. The enclosures had been tampered with, and the Animal Tracker 2000 had detected a new, bigger threat. Just as they were about to close the final gate, a massive roar echoed through the city, sending chills down their spines. Zoom checked the Animal Tracker 2000, and the signal was unlike anything they had ever seen. It wasn't just another zoo animal, it was something much larger. What could be bigger than an elephant or a gorilla? Professor Seamus looked at the data on his tablet, his expression becoming more serious. This signal, it's not from any animal we've ever tracked before. We're dealing with something much bigger. Some type of creature that we've never seen the likes of. Zoom rev shifts engine, feeling the tension in the air. Let's check it out. Whatever it is, we have to stop it before it causes more damage. As Zoom and Professor Seamus followed the signal, they arrived at a nearby school football field where a big game was happening. The roar grew louder, and just beyond the bleachers, they saw it. A massive beast. It was part tiger and part rhino. It was stomping across the field. The beast was smashing through the goalposts, and players and spectators were running in every direction, screaming in panic. Oh no! There's a whole crowd here. We need to stop this thing before anyone gets hurt. We have to evacuate the field and contain the beast, but it's fast and incredibly strong. The shrink ray wristband is out of power after shrinking the elephant. Zoom thought quickly. I'll distract the beast and lead it away from the kids while you help get everyone to safety. Right. I'll work on clearing the field. Zoom rev shifts engine, speeding toward the massive creature as it knocked over bleachers and swung its powerful tail. The crowd was panicking, and it was up to Zoom to keep the creature distracted. This thing's too big to fight head on. I've got to keep it moving. Using Shift's boost rockets, Zoom rocketed across the field, zigzagging in front of the beast. He swerved left and right, making sure to keep just out of reach of the creature's massive horns and claws. It's working! It's chasing me! Get the kids out of here! Professor Seamus directed the players, cheerleaders, and spectators toward the exits, using a sign to guide them. As Professor Seamus helped clear the field, he noticed some kids were still frozen in fear, unsure of where to go. He grabbed a megaphone and called out to the crowd. Everyone, listen up! Stay calm and move quickly to the exits. When there's a dangerous situation, it's important to stay calm, follow directions, and help each other. We've got this under control. The crowd began to move more smoothly, parents helping their children, teachers guiding students, and the field began to clear. But this beast was still charging after Zoom. With the field clear, Zoom needed a way to stop the beast before it reached the bleachers or the nearby road. The shrink ray wristband was out of power, and the beast was moving too fast for any simple containment. Zoom called out to Professor Seamus. We need to slow it down. I'll have to use the tranquilizer dart, but I'll have to get really close and match its speed. Be careful, Jake. This beast has the speed of a tiger and the strength of a rhino. You'll need to time it perfectly. Zoom gripped the handlebars of Shift and sped toward the beast, dodging its massive horns as he approached. He pulled out the tranquilizer dart launcher, but the closer he got, the faster the beast seemed to move. Zoom revved Shift's engine to full speed, weaving between debris as the creature continued its rampage. The roar of the beast echoed across the field, and Zoom had to push Shift to its limits to keep up. I have to get right alongside it, just a little closer. As Zoom sped up next to the beast, its giant claws swiped at Shift, nearly knocking him off balance. He swerved just in time, barely missing the creature's powerful horns. Now! In one swift motion, Zoom aimed the tranquilizer dart and fired, hitting the beast in its shoulder. The creature roared in pain, but continued to run for a few more moments before its steps slowed and it began to stumble. With the tranquilizer dart taking effect, Zoom sped ahead, activating the Zoom mobile container's containment field. The glowing walls expanded, creating a safe space for the beast. As the creature took its final slow steps, it collapsed into the containment field, its eyes closing as it drifted into sleep. Got it. That was close. Professor Seamus rushed over to inspect the containment. Lila had now arrived. That was incredible, Zoom. You tranquilized it at full speed. Just doing my job. Now let's make sure it stays contained. As they secured the beast, Lila pulled out her tablet, revealing the villain behind the chaos. Lila showed her tablet to Professor Seamus and Zoom. It's Dr. Zorn. He's been tampering with the zoo's animals and creating creatures. He's trying to prove his twisted theories about combining animals. Professor Seamus frowned. Dr. Zorn's experiments are dangerous. He doesn't care about the harm he's causing to the animals or the people. Zoom looked at them. We've got to stop him. Lila nodded, pointing to the tablet. He's hiding in an abandoned lab just outside the city. We need to catch him before he creates more of these beasts. Zoom, Professor Seamus, and Lila raced to the abandoned lab, using the Animal Tracker 2000 to follow the signal. When they arrived, they found Dr. Zorn surrounded by cages filled with many strange creatures. Dr. Zorn was grinning. You're too late. My greatest creation is almost complete. Soon, no one will be able to stop me. Before Zoom could react, a massive eagle bear-like creature burst out of a cage, spreading its giant wings and knocking over the equipment. Zoom looked him hard. He's sending it toward the school. We have to stop it. Zoom jumped onto Shift and sped off toward the eagle bear. The creature's wings flapped powerfully, sending gusts of wind that knocked over trees and signs. I have to slow this thing down before it reaches the school. He loaded another tranquilizer dart into his wrist launcher and aimed at the eagle bear. The first dart missed, and the creature roared in anger, diving toward Zoom. At the last second, Zoom swerved out of the way, firing a second dart that hit the creature's wing. Got it! The eagle bear faltered in midair, crashing down onto the field, just short of the school. Zoom quickly activated the Zoom mobile container's expanded field, trapping the beast before it could take off again. With Dr. Zorn captured and his creatures contained, Zoom, Professor Seamus, and Lila safely returned the remaining animals to the zoo. Dr. Zorn was arrested and the school was safe. Lila was smiling. You two really saved the day. That was close. Zoom laughed. Just doing our job. But we couldn't have done it without teamwork. As they finished securing the last of the creatures, Lila had a final message for the kids at the school. Remember, when there's an emergency, it's important to stay calm, follow directions, and work together, just like everyone did today. Zoom then said, and never forget how special animals are. It's up to us to protect them and make sure people like Dr. Zorn can't harm them. Professor Seamus was proud. Exactly. And when faced with danger, always stay calm and work as a team. That's the key to staying safe. Wow, kids. I hope you enjoyed that story as much as I did. It was really, really exciting. And I think we also learned a lot about staying calm, not being afraid, and also following instructions when a dangerous situation is happening. So, again, I hope you really like this story, and I hope you'll tune in next week to hear more exciting stories on Bear Time Adventures.